Good morning, and welcome to Sacred Awakening Sunday Practice Gathering. I'm Reverend Gabriel, and I'm very happy to be with you today. For this practice, all you will need is a quiet, comfortable place and something to take notes with. I'll give everyone a few moments to retrieve that. Today, we'll be doing a 3-stage living from your heart's intention practice. In stage 1, we'll quiet our mind with a breath meditation. Then we'll move along to stage 2, where we will do a guided insight meditation to uncover our heart's intention. In stage 3, we will do a guided visualization practice to help us take this intention into our day-to-day life. And once we're done with this practice, we'll note anything that came up that we feel led to note down. Before diving into the practice, I'd like to offer a few words of context that I hope will be helpful. First, I'd like to quote a short passage from A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Your life has an inner purpose and an outer purpose. Inner purpose concerns being and is primary. Outer purpose concerns doing and is secondary. Your inner purpose is to awaken. It is as simple as that. You share that purpose with every other person on the planet because it is the purpose of humanity. Your inner purpose is an essential part of the purpose of the whole, the universe and its emerging intelligence. Your outer purpose can change over time. It varies greatly from person to person. Finding and living in alignment with the inner purpose is the foundation for fulfilling your outer purpose. So I think basically what he's saying there is that each moment in your life, you're presented with a choice. That choice is either to run a program that's externally or internally triggered and be distracted, or be fully present in your essence or soul. And when you're truly present, you are aligned with the universal creative process, and you instinctively know what to do and how to be. This is your heart intention. Your part in the divine dance at this moment. This sense of peaceful knowing is always there. It's indestructible, yet very gentle and quiet. It's waiting to be uncovered from all the mental noise we create. And it isn't something you figure out with your mind. In fact, thinking obscures it. During the practice, something specific may come up, an intention. If it comes from the heart or deep intuition, it can feel like it comes from left field, something you wouldn't have ever thought of. In fact, if it is logical or comes from a sense of lack, that you need to do this, that, or the other thing, then your thinking mind is probably snuck in, and it's not truly a heart intention. And it's best to gently let that go. Here's a couple examples. Maybe during the practice, I get an intention that I should go to the gym 3 times a week. In my case, I could quickly realize this comes from a feeling of not being fit enough. And I would know that it's not from the heart. It's my brain saying, dude, you better go pump some iron to get more fit. My second example is something that actually happened to me during this practice. And maybe gets a sense of what a heart intention looks like. During my practice, I got a very strong sense that I was to write 3 letters. And it was a real sense to whom I was to write them. This felt strange that I'm not much of a letter writer. A good sign that it's a heart intention, that it wasn't something I would have thought of. I followed through on the letters over time, just kind of knowing when was the right time for them. And each of them had a very powerful life-changing impact. Also, heart intentions always come from love and compassion. Your intention may be to have a difficult conversation, but only from a place of love and forgiveness. When you're truly present, in your essence, the timing will be divine and you will be ready for that conversation, to have it with love and peace. Lastly, nothing at all may come up. If so, that's okay. Because please realize that being present and doing nothing is in itself a sublime practice. We are often conditioned to think that doing is supreme, especially in our Western culture. Actually, as a Tolle quote illustrates, being is supreme and doing is secondary. A life lived from presence tends to have more being and less doing. But what is done is very impactful and aligned with the universal creative process. So, let us begin. Let's begin our practice. In stage 1, we're going to quiet our mind with a breath meditation. So get in a comfortable position. You can close your eyes or open them, whatever is feeling right for you right now. And just breathe naturally. And as you breathe in, just notice the flow of your breath. And as you breathe out, notice the sensation of the breath. May be helpful to say a little saying when you're breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. And when you're breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. And keep your attention on your breath. And if any thoughts come up, just naturally bring your attention back to your breath. Just letting them go of their own accord. Just continue breathing for the next few minutes. Always bringing your attention back to the breath if it wanders. And that is the process of meditation. It's a bringing our attention back to whatever we're focusing on. In this case, the breath has nothing to do with clearing the mind. That happens naturally. It's a practice about attention, bringing your attention back to your breath. And in about 3 minutes, I'll come back and close this breathing meditation. And now we're ready to move into stage 2, guided insight meditation. Continue focusing on your breath. And then gently move your attention to the top of your head. And then just slowly start scanning the top of your head with your mind's eye, just feeling any sensations. And then moving your attention in kind of a circular motion as down to the middle of your head. Just scanning your scalp, and whichever part of the face you're on. Just noting any sensations as you continue to move down your body at your own pace. Just let your scan go where it will go. Just really focusing on any sensations you feel. They may be very subtle, or they may be more intense. But whatever they are, just observing them. Letting any judgments that come up to float away. Observe them with the same mind that you observed your breath. Just that they are what they are. Really concentrate on putting your attention throughout your body, inside and out, wherever you feel led to go. I will guide for those who want specific guidance, but if you're sensing to focus on a different area, that's fine too. So if you're scanning your head, move down to the middle of your head, move down to the lower part of your head, and just scan like a ring around your jaw. Feeling any sensation in your lips or your teeth. And moving back to the side of the jaw. The area around your ear, feel your left ear. Just kind of move around it, the outer edge, and then go in. Again, just noticing any sensations. Then move around to the back of your head, the lower back. Just sensing your scalp as it meets your skull. moving around to your right ear. Just really focusing on that right ear. With relaxed concentration. And then move down to your neck, the right side of your neck. And move around the neck, feeling the sensations on your skin, maybe below the skin. Again, the sensations may be very subtle. Moving around your neck, to the back of your neck, to the side, to the front. And continue your own scan. And everybody's going to be different, but there may be one part of your body, maybe the pit of your stomach or somewhere in your leg, something that just calls for your attention. Maybe it's a slight discomfort or tightness. But just allow your inner intuition to take you to that part of you, the part of your body that's calling for your attention. And just allow your mind's eye, your concentration, to focus on this one area. And as you do, pay attention to any insights or intentions. Almost like that there's a part of you that's trying to tell you something. And whatever that is, just listen with compassion. It may be a part of you that needs to be heard. It may be your deep wisdom with an intention. Something to do or something to contemplate. That in ordinary day-to-day life it's been hidden. And if nothing comes up, Just settle in and enjoy the peace of nothing. Feel your essence as a deep sensation of peace. Kind of glowing peace. If you want to think of it as a glowing or a light or whatever comes to mind in the part of the body that you're focusing on. And just sense this glowing essence, however it manifests to you. As it expands gently. You feel it expand to all parts of your body. And you feel it expand outward in all directions from your body. And you sense other beings as their essence connects with yours. As one web of dynamic essence, spirit energy. Now we are ready to move into stage 3, a guided visualization practice to help us take this intention, whether it's specific, an action or an intention, or it's just an intention to take more time to just be, to center in and be present. So now I want you to bring to mind a scenario that's tied to your intention. If you didn't have a specific intention, think of a situation where that happens, a recurring situation where it's difficult sometimes to be present, and you have a desire and intention to be present or to choose a different path. It might be a stressful situation at work or with a specific person interaction, regular interaction with a specific person. Just allow whatever it is to come to mind. And if you receive a specific intention around doing something, just become your own filmmaker and create a scene around an aspect, an important aspect, something that you'll be doing. And whichever it is, The same process, just start putting yourself in that place. Just see the surroundings as they fill in the colors, hear the sounds, smell the smells. And then hit record or call action to your movie. With you as the lead actor, but also the director watching. Watching the scene as it plays out in your mind. And watching internally as things happen. And at that critical moment, when there are two paths, the triggered path, the path of unconsciousness, or the path of pausing and breathing. And taking a different path, taking the path of presence, of compassion. And continue to play out your scene. Notice that when you are present, it tends to affect others. It tends to bring calm to situations that are not calm. You go through the scene with a feeling of peace, a feeling of calm certainty, and a feeling of deep compassion for all those around you. Then just allow the scene to play out. And if it's played out, go through it again, practicing taking the path of presence. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to bring it into your life and live a life of presence and calm and peace. And of deep connection and love. So take yourself through this scene as many times as you need. Perhaps sensing it's a little easier each time to maintain this calmness, this equanimity. we will be bringing this last stage to a close. Soon I'll give a little more time to finish the last repetition of your scene. Okay, now as we continue breathing, let's just gently come back into our space. If your eyes are closed, open them gently at your own pace. And if you received a message or an intention, please pick up whatever you have to write it down or type it in. This really helps reinforce it. If it is a specific action, you may want to consider placing it somewhere you can see it, at your desk or somewhere where your eyes will fall on it every day. It can also be helpful to find a safe, trusted partner, perhaps somebody within the Sacred Awakenings community, or someone that you're close to share it with. That also too can help reinforce, particularly for things that we find may be difficult. So we are now bringing this practice to a close. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Thank you so much for your presence today. As this is a practice gathering, there will be no discussion afterwards. However, if live, we will stick around on Zoom to hold this energy of heart intention together and provide space if anyone is called to share any experiences or ask questions. However, it is not a time for mind-based discussion or storytelling or analysis, but to share from the heart, if you are so called. Also, please keep in mind that Sacred Awakenings has the Sacred Awakenings Sanctuary, an online safe community to connect with other like-minded souls. Around this practice or any other, there's a lot of resources there. And it can be accessed at sacredawakenings.mn.co. And there is also a link to it on our public website, sacredawakenings.org. Again, thank you so much for practicing with us today, and wish you well.